Part two of Legal Line, attorneys from the Bryant Law Center in Paducah, Mark Bryant, Teris Swanson, answering questions about a defective set of hearing plugs, or earplugs, I guess I should say, created by 3M that were issued to the military. And if you have anybody in the military in your family, or you served yourself, you may want to pay attention to this segment, because this is pending litigation, Mark, and let us just recap real quick what this is all about.
Well, this litigation involved people that used 3M earplugs between the years of 2003 and 2015. They were defective. 3M knew they were defective, and so we are suing 3M over it and expect to get a substantial amount of money out of this. It'll keep the taxpayers from having to pay veterans for bad hearing that was caused during that period between 2003 and 2015 by these earplugs.
Now, we do have a question. Helen from Graves County says, my son lives in North Carolina. Is it possible that you could still handle his case?
Yes, and in fact, we've got a lot of soldiers that have called in from North Carolina, California, Louisiana, Florida, all over the country. So all they got to do is contact us or look us up on the website, BryantLawCenter.com, and we'd be proud to represent them. We've got a lot of people that we are representing, and we hope to get as many as possible, and we can help and we will help.
That sort of brings me to another question, and I think this has been discussed off and on, and that is, what if somebody is aware of this pending litigation, they have secured another attorney from another state? Is it possible to change attorneys in the middle of all this?
That's one thing you'll learn about lawyers. Every case that you have is your case. If you're not happy with the job your lawyer's doing, or if you want somebody that lives closer to home to you and you find out that somebody's doing it like we are, yes, you're certainly entitled to send them a letter and tell them that you're going to hire another attorney. And we'll take those cases, and so far nobody's told us the same thing, but yeah, you're entitled to let them know that.
We do have a question that says, I have hearing loss. What do I need to do to find out how much money I will get in this lawsuit? Is there any way to determine that?
Not yet. There really is not. We know that it will be, yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard fought. There's no doubt about it. 3M has already paid the U.S. government more than $9 million to settle a lawsuit the government filed against it because these hearing aids were, these earplugs were defective, and the government proved it. But we don't know yet, but we just know that if we prove it, 3M has almost as much money as the United States government does. So it'll be a substantial case once we prove it.
We also have another question. Person wants to know, I retired in 2007. Do I qualify?
Well, I'd like to talk to you more about some details of your service and that sort of thing, but it's very possible. If you had those dual-ended earplugs that were green, like an olive color on one end and the yellow on the other end, and if you have hearing loss, then you could potentially qualify.
Mm-hmm. And one other thing, David, this lawsuit will cost you absolutely nothing. It's not going to interfere with any money that you might already be getting from the federal government. So if you want to do it, call us, and you don't have to pay until the case is completed and we have won your case. Sadly, if you were in Vietnam and have hearing loss, it won't pay. It's only those years between 2003 and 2015 where it'll pay.
So a specific time of service for those of you in the military, or those of you that have family members that served during that time. One thing that also came up, and that is the folks that may want to get involved in this, do they still need to have their earplugs as proof that they've used these?
Take it.
You don't have to have them. They'll be helpful, and if you do have them, make sure you save those, don't lose those. But you do not have to have them. There will be records. The military should keep, pristine records, and so we should be able to see that you were issued those.
And a lot of people still have pictures, Dave, of their time in the military wearing those things because you were required to wear them. And so if you got any photographs, even if you don't have it left, you got photographs, hang on to them.
Well, and if there's one thing the military does, it's usually they keep pretty good records.
Yes, they do.
So, well, if you would like to have more information on this, see our Legal Line section on our web channel, WPSDLocal6.com.